Hey, what is up guys? This is Travis Thundercloud and today I'm coming to you guys with a very special video, and today in this video we're going to be discussing the major updates of Polaris and the test realm that we have right now, and we're going to break this into three things, which is the Arcanum and new spells, the plot of Polaris, and the connection to the Arc. And this is how we're going to rate what we actually think of Polaris and the update of Polaris in a whole. So first of all, we're going to start with the Arcanum and the new spells. So my idea on this Arcanum and the new spells, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I love it. And here's why I love it. So with the Arcanum, we're going to start with the Arcanum in the first place. So the Arcanum, I love this idea of you graduated from Ravenwood. You just graduated from Ravenwood, i.e. Infancy or childhood of wizardry. So now you're finally about to get an in-depth knowledge of your actual school and mastery of your school or your art of wizardry and witchcraft or whatever. So like most of these people, or specifically my school of Storm, basically when you get the new spell, she said, I've been doing storm magic for hundreds of years. So that means it's a new level of mastery and a new level of understanding, and you're understanding from a true master your school of magic. Not that the people in Ravenwood aren't true masters. Like Baelstrom, he has an in-depth knowledge of Storm or anything like that, but you're learning like at a university style level. So basically this Arcanum is like a basic proxy version of a university, which you're going to, and you're learning how to specifically hone in on your type of magic. So like going into that, we're going to talk about this new spell, which is Rusalka's Wrath. So with Rusalka's Wrath, Storm is known as a high damage, high risk, high reward kind of school. High everything. So basically, the damage on Rusalka's Wrath is high. Like it's almost as much as Storm Owl, but it's 4 less pips and 1 Shadow Pip. That's basically what it is. But it's basically showing you an in-depth knowledge of Storm with the high risk, high reward kind of thing, with the active or the after the fact. Like the damage is there, and its damage is brain dead for any Storm basically, but the after the fact is showing the in-depth knowledge of it. So you have a chance at getting a 25% blade or minus 50% weakness on yourself. Like you may be wondering how this is like actually effective to the high risk, high reward. And like it's not in the traditional sense as Insane Bolt, where it's just super brain dead, where like either you hit them or you don't, and if you hit them they're probably dead, and if you don't you're definitely dead. So like it's not as much as a hindrance or risk to yourself as the match itself. So what I'm saying is, like in PvP for example, if you use Rusalka's Wrath, you're definitely going to be thinking about, okay, so if I get this blade, I can use this, but if I get this minus 50% weakness, I'm going to have to do this. So it's making you think in a strategic way about your school of magic, and it's making you understand, really understand your school of magic and how to use it effectively in any case scenario. It's not like the regular King Artorias. Like King Artorias, they were kind of leaning towards it, but it wasn't really there yet with the 10% pierce and 10% accuracy. There was no really risk there. With Insane Bolt, they were kind of there, but not really, because it's way too much risk and not enough chance of reward. Because your chance of reward is basically, yeah, you have a chance at killing them, but if you miss, you're gonna kill yourself. Like it's not that much of a reward factor, and this one is not much of a risk factor. This one, it's like even, dead even with risk and reward. 25% damage. If you get that, basically you have a blade just from attacking. Minus 50% weakness, basically in a general sense. If you get that, you have to work around it. Use a cleanse charm, something like that, where you have to use a turn effectively to get that off. So that's what I'm saying, and I love this idea of this. So basically for this, I'm going to have to give this a 10 out of 10 because this idea is well thought out. I love how they did it, and I'm really enjoying it. So second of all, we're going to talk about the plot of Polaris and the actual plot of the actual world Polaris. So for the plot of Polaris, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 because I really love this plot, but not like as much as I love the Arcanum. So with the plot of Polaris, they're basically taking the ideals of revolutionary, and they're using 3 different revolutions, which is the American Revolution, the Russian Revolution, and predominantly the French Revolution. And I love this idea because King Zhao took the time to take specific aspects of each revolution and weave it together in a way that it made sense for this world. And you can't really see it if you haven't really gotten a really good background knowledge of these revolutions, which I have because I've studied them a lot because I'm a huge history nerd. But basically, you can see it in little aspects like Ivan the Terrible and Rasputin. They were linked to a reason why Russia revolted because of the broken idea of the Tsar system, or this TZAR or the CZAR system in Russia, which was a monarchy. And basically, it led to the people of Russia revolting and turning to communism because they hated the idea of these broken monarchs being in charge. And you can see this with Ivan the Terrible and Rasputin in the Polaris. That's how you see it. And also you can see it's linked to Russia with the actual architecture of Polaris. You can look at the castles in Polaris, and then you can look at the castles in Russia. They are quite similar with the little like teardrop round things on the top of their pillars. So you can see that aspect, but predominantly what they're using is the idea of the French Revolution with Danton and Tuscanet. So like the people, Danton was an actual person in the French Revolution. He was an actual ideologist in the French Revolution, which led to France revolting against the monarchs. And the monarch at the time of the French Revolution, the queen, was Marie Antoinette. Tuscanet, Antoinette. They are so close that you can really understand it if you actually know French Revolution. Like, you see it, and if you know French Revolution, you're like, oh my god, like this is like so G. And you see that, and you're just like, yo, this is so great because KI actually thought it through and used this ideal of revolutionary cycles and took major events in each revolution and put them together. A major event in the American Revolution, and the only event linking it to the American Revolution, is the Boston Tea Party. And you see that it happens in Boston Harbor. You go down to Wintersburg or Walrusburg Harbor. You go down to Walrusburg Harbor and you throw tuna overboard, which is what they did in the American Revolution, where they went to Boston Harbor and they threw tea overboard because it was a representation of the broken monarch system, which was basically in America it was tea, and Walrusburg it was tuna. They threw it overboard because it was a representation of the broken system in it. So all around, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10 because it was great, but it still could have been there a little bit more. Finally, we're gonna talk about the connection to the arc. So the connection to the arc, or the overarching arc of Old Cobb and his children taking over and trying to destroy the spiral. With the connection to the arc, to Polaris, and those two connecting to each other, I'm going to have to give this a 5 out of 10. Because it was kind of there, but it could have been done way better. It could have been done much better. Basically, what they had is they connected Rasputin, a major revolutionary person, which... not revolutionary person, but a major person leading to a revolution, and they connected him as an antagonist to being one of Old Cobb's children. Okay, I can see it like that. But if they had it like that, they should have woven Rasputin more through the actual storyline. Like, you can see him kind of with the mines and everything, but it's mainly you trying to chase him down for what he did for this little thing at the beginning. Not really him doing stuff all throughout the actual storyline and you catching him at the end. You know what I'm saying? So like with Morganth, you're trying to chase her down, but she's doing all this stuff in between with all the arcs, all the worlds that are linked with Morganth, which is Celestia, Zephyria, Avalon, Azteca, and Chrysalis. Like, those 5 worlds, Morganth is weaving her way through. Like, not quite literally because she's a spider, but like she's weaving her way through in the storyline, which is making it connect to the arc better. So when you get to the end, you feel a sigh of relief because of all the stuff that happened in those worlds. You finally caught the person who did it. With Malastare, with Wizard City, Krokotopia, Marleybone, Mushu, and Dragonspire, he was weaving his way through, trying to get to an end goal. He's trying to get to an end goal at the beginning, is basically what it comes down to. Malastare is trying to get his wife back. So at the end of the arc, he finally gets his wife back, but it's not what he expected. Morganth is trying to destroy the spiral through the Lords of Night song. At the end, she gets the Lords of Night song, but she doesn't. It doesn't go how she expects, and that's what you're expecting. With this, he's trying to destroy the spiral. He almost gets there. Like, there's no suspense or anything weaving it up to. He's at this little part in the beginning. You see him at the end. He gets to the part. He's almost there. There's no suspense at all. Like, you already know what's going to happen. He's not going to get it, and an old cop's just going to come. That's what you know is going to happen. So there's, like, no suspense at all. And it's not really leading it up to. So I feel like it could have been way better done. So I'm going to have to give this a 5 out of 10. So overall, with taking into account of the Arcanum / new spells, the plot of Polaris, and the connection to the arc, we're going to give the Polaris update for Wizard101 all around 8 out of 10 because we took the averages of each, added them together, and made it out of 10. So it's 8 out of 10. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a comment of what you think of this video, and tell me if I should do more videos like this because I enjoy doing these type of videos. Make sure you share it with other people so they can get my aspect of what I think of the test realm. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.